Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Overland Park, Kansas, here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium. I am Travis Calvin.
And I'm Tyler Williams, and joined by us today is a very special guest, Dr. Gene Johnson, the superintendent of the Shawnee Mission School District.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. You know, this I think is about the 42nd year of football here at South Stadium. But this is our first year of, this is the first TV broadcast that's live from our Shawnee Mission TV station. You guys are the pioneers. So, Travis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a junior at Shawnee Mission Northwest. I am a varsity tennis player. I am also involved in KUGR video broadcasting at Northwest under Lindsay Kincaid.
All right. Tyler.
Yes, sir. I am a senior at Shawnee Mission West, and actually I'm in video production as well.
Right.
I am on the school website as well as the manager of girls soccer.
All right, well, good luck, guys, because here we go, kickoff.
Thank you.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And the opening kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback, so South will get the ball first.
All right. And as we are getting this game underway,
Queen's kick goes into the end zone.
Shawnee Mission South comes into this game with a 2-1 record, and Shawnee Mission Northwest is coming in with a 1-2 record.
South comes into this game with a 55-21 victory over Shawnee Mission Northwest League. Person to look out for the Raiders is their running back.
All right, and we are starting on this Raider offense. It's a handoff to number 25. It's going down the sideline, and he is finally stopped at about 35.
Gabe Guild is the running back for Shawnee Mission South. He is a very feared weapon throughout the league. Guild ran for 256 yards alone in one game last week against North. He is a very versatile weapon that the Cougars will need to look to defend.
You're right. He has some very impressive stats so far with 79 rushes and 581 yards out of those, accumulating a total of 4 touchdowns this season so far. I expect a great game from him. Lined up right now. Handoff, another toss to Gabe. He's running down the sideline, still going, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 47.
If the Cougars are looking to defend them, if the Cougars are looking to defend Shawnee Mission South's running game, they've got to end it early at the line. If they allow Gabe Guild to get in the backfield with those safeties and cornerbacks, he will blow right by them, as you just saw, for an easy first down.
Oh, yes. Now let's see if we have a little action from the starting quarterback today, John Pruder. Now, Shawnee Mission South, not very well known for their pass completion or passing in general. They do stick to the ground mainly, so let's see if they can pull out something with their quarterback this play. Man in motion, snaps, hand it right back, and he's down.
Ball's at midfield about right now. The Cougars will need to look to hit hits on him like that, send a message really early, otherwise this is going to be a very long day.
And as we can see, they are handing it off to Gabe Guild. He is the go-to man for this Raider offense.
Cougars are coming in here off of a loss at Leavenworth last week. Very disappointing loss, 17-7. Their defense played well, but they fell apart down the stretch. You'll look to see them play well right here. Another toss to Guild. He's coming up the sideline. He has another first down.
Once again, going to Guild. He is one of those players that you can just count on to drive it any side, down the middle. Definitely just the go-to guy on this offense.
Another look at it right here.
Toss to Guild. He's coming up sideline. He has another first down.
Deep in the secondary. Cougars have got to put a stop to this if they're going to look to win. Be another 1st and 10 for Shawnee Mission South, as South is marching down the field very easily right now.
It's almost too easy for Gabe Guild, I feel, right now.
He is the most feared in the league.
Once again, Guild going down the middle, finally stopped by 3 of the defense.
Gabe Guild on the carry for the Raiders.
You're looking at one side from Northwest defensive line. they're not getting enough push on it. They are getting pushed around by this offensive line for South. That's the other flip side. Shawnee Mission South offensive line is doing a great job opening holes for their running back, who's probably going to be a future D1 star.
It would not surprise me indeed. Gabe Guild has had a very impressive season with only just 3 games down in his belt.
Yes, sir. They get another 1st and 10 right here.
Man in motion. Oh, it's a fake handoff. Looking for number 13, and it is not complete.
Shawnee Mission South's offensive passing game has not been very good so far, and they just showed you why there. The quarterback did not throw a very great pass on that one. Wide right of his receiver.
Pass intended for 13, Dayton Swoop. Once again, not finding him. Let's see if they go back to the ground on this play. Lined up. Snap. Lob to. And Guild is stopped down.
About a 6-yard gain for Guild right there. Yeah, it's just adding to his total already, which has already been a very impressive total.
It's just a little play-by-play, step-by-step, inching closer to that touchdown zone.
You know, what's really impressive about this is that Cougars know it's going to Guild. I mean, they absolutely know it, but Guild is still just marching at will on them. They need to put an end to this.
It's going to be a very tough game if they cannot close down Guild right now.
3rd and 5.
Drop back. Guild again. And it doesn't look like he gains many yards, but he does once again have that run right down the middle.
It appears that 4th down now, and the Shawnee Mission South looks like they're electing to go for it right here.
4th and 2, going for it already. It's only the 9th minute, and we'll see what this 4th down conversion can bring if they can.
Cougars gonna look to make momentum. They gotta end it right here.
There we go, and it looks like he got that 1st down.
That was very disappointing for the Cougars, who now have to play another 4 downs against the Shawnee Mission South offense.
That was a very risky move here early in the game, just already going for that 4th down conversion, which they got.
It was a risky move. At the same time, I think it was necessary. They were in plenty of range to get it. It was only 2 yards to go get that. They really didn't need to get a field goal out of that, and their offense has been working their will on the Cougars defense so far, so it was a good call by the coach.
You could really tell Shawnee Mission South wants to have control of this game early.
1st and 10 now.
Toss back to Gabe. It's going down, and he is stopped for a total of about 3 to 4 yards.
Going back to a replay right now. After you see the man in motion, the ball gets handed off. They pitched out. This has been their play so far this entire game.
And it's working for them. I mean, it's getting them yards that Northwest can't seem to stop.
It takes 4 men to take down Guild. That is not good odds for the Cougars if they can't end this close in the game.
Senior Gabe Guild finds the open wide, jukes the defender, and he is finally stopped down.
Appears he is short of the 1st down, but it was another very strong run for the Shawnee Mission South Raiders.
They just keep inching closer and closer to that end zone line.
Junior Devin Shockley was on the tackle right there. He is a very strong force to be reckoned with on the defensive side for the Cougars.
Coming back in this, it is now 3 and 1. So they are just short. Let's see if it's another Guild play right here. And it is down the middle. Can't quite get to that end zone.
It appears that Shawnee Mission South did get their 1st down on that. However, they're short of the end zone on there. So this will be 1st and goal once they come out of their huddle.
Once again, like I said, not sticking to the air as much as they are the ground, but hey, it is getting their places.
All Shawnee Mission South yardage from their kickoff has been on the ground, so I'd expect to see it again right here.
In fact, at this point, yep. Oh!
And he is in. Touchdown, Shawnee Mission South.
Gabe Guild, the senior Shawnee Mission South Raiders.
You've seen a lot of this so far this season for Guild, as he now adds yet another touchdown to his column.
Making it 5 touchdowns for the season so far. And we are only in the 6th minute of the game. Or 6 minutes left to go in this first half.
Dane Swamp lining up for the kick.
Extra point is up.
And it is good.
This is not a good sign for the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars, who are looking to put an end to a Guild early in the game.
Your score now is Shawnee Mission South 7, Shawnee Mission Northwest 0. Back, the kickoff with Shawnee Mission South. Let's see how North can recover this. It's looking for that open hole, finds it down the middle and stopped short of the 30.
Northwest offense was very stagnant last week against the Leavenworth Pioneers. They only managed to put 7 points up on the board, and that was pretty late in the game. Northwest looks to reverse that and put up plenty of points tonight, as they're going to need it if their defense is not able to put an end to Gabe Guild.
One point I'd like to bring up about the Raiders defense is Jeremy Fisher. This guy is a defensive giant. 21 solo tackles, 15 assisted tackles for a total of 36. Let's see how well he could stop this Cougar offense.
Kelby Quinn now on the outside, and he gets hit hard out the 30-yard line. He is not happy about that either.
Tackled by number 54, Jeremy Fisher, just who I was talking about. Like I said, that guy is a defensive powerhouse.
Cougars offense needs to hold their blocks a little bit better this game and get a little bit of a push in the front line.
Let's see what they can do on this 2-and-9 drive.
Second and 9. Quarterback Lucas Carlin under center. Hands it off up to right to Kelby Quinn.
Down the middle.
Kelby Quinn breaks it upside about the 48-yard line. Great run by Kelby Quinn to start off this game for the Cougars. Even though this is an away game down at Shawnee Mission South, there are plenty of Shawnee Mission Northwest fans down here for the whiteout, and they are glad to see plays like this from an offense that was missing last week.
As we see on the replay, number 66, Stephen Eckerson, finally bringing him down.
First down now for the Cougars. Carlin under center now. Hands it off to Quint once more. Quint's under the outside, and he only gets about to the 50-yard line.
We're seeing a very...
I take that back. That was Jacob Gilliam on the run there.
Brought down on the play by Chris Ash.
They're lining up out of this huddle again. Let's see what the Cougars offense can produce on this 2-and-7 drive.
Second down now. Carlin under center. Hands it off again, right to Devin Shockley, who breaks it up to about the 46-yard line for about 4-yard gain. It'll be third and short coming out of this third down. Junior Devin Shockley provided a couple of electrifying plays last week against Leavenworth. and he will look to do some more of the same tonight, even though he's being subbed out.
Going back to that, Kelby Quint's been the main talk on this Cougar rushing game, but what do you think of Devin Shockley?
Devin Shockley is going to provide a very good force next year, once he's a senior next year.
And he is stopped. That Raider defense did not let him go anywhere.
You could tell Jacob Gilliam did not have much of a room to go on there. And it will be 4th down now and about 1. And the Cougars will look like they're electing to go for it, just as Shawnee Mission South did on their previous drive.
Maybe a little Cougar luck this time can get them through.
Carlin now under center. Straight off to Gilliam. He powers through, and he's got the first down and more. Looks like Gilliam got to about the 43-yard line.
He is finally brought down.
Great run by Gilliam to get them the first down that they needed. Hopefully that is a very energizing spark for the Cougars.
We're seeing a lot of what we saw from the Raiders, just ground after ground after ground, inching forward to that end zone.
The Cougars are a very run-oriented offense. You'd look to see a lot of that from new coach Lynn Hibbs, who's in his first year, coming from Wellington, Kansas. 1st and 10 now for the Cougars. Carlin is now again under center. Look for a run here. It's a pass play. Throws it. That is a completed ball to number 4, Luca. Incomplete. They're calling now incomplete. The other officials now came in and called it incomplete, much to the dismay of our Cougar fans beneath us.
Luke Fields, the intended receiver, and that official did come in and say it was incomplete, and the coaches are not happy about that.
As they should be.
Better be careful he doesn't get any more attention from the ref. Does not want that.
So now after the called ball that was called incomplete, it'll be now 2nd and 10 now for the Cougars. It's Carlin again under center. Jobs hands it to Kelby Quinn again, who gets hit back. This Raider defense is taking strong shots at Quinn early in this game. He is not happy about any of these.
The initial tackle by number 2, Rakeem Abdul.
Cougars now have a 3rd and long to deal with now, as they look to get it close to that pylon and keep this offensive drive moving, as to lose the ball off of here will be very disappointing for them. Carlin now fakes the handoff, is now passing it. Ball's caught by number 4, Luke Fields. Does he have enough for the first down? He'll be judged here in a second whether he had the first down or not. And they will bring out the chains for this, it appears.
Getting a little sneak peek of the Northwest passing game.
They are bringing out the chains to check to see if this is a first down or not.
All right. We do have a timeout for measurement going on right now.
Something I talked to Coach Hibbs about earlier this season. He's proud of his boys coming into this game because he feels that they have grown under what he's trying to taught them. He's proud of them, even though, even amongst their loss, he knows that they are capable of doing more, and he is very proud of what they're doing right now.
One thing that has stunted the offense of the Cougars is their fumble count. They have 7 fumbles so far this season. What are they going to have to do to make that not occur?
The Cougars are going to really need to wrap up the ball when they're running it. Most of their fumble plays have been off of the run, and they will need to just keep that ball tight, head down, and power through them. It will be a 4th and 1. Once more, the Cougar offense is out there. Look for them to get that first down and keep the ball moving again. Carlin now for the quarterback dive, and it appears as if he has it.
Lucas Carlin on the QB.
Great job by Lucas Carlin. Get that first down. That's all they really wanted out of this play. It was designed just to get that push.
That's enough for Cougars first down.
And we have seen Carlin run the ball before. He has ran it in for a touchdown on himself. You think we'll see a lot of him running today?
Yeah, not so much unless it's a broken play. You will not see him running too much, as they have very reliable running backs in both Quint and Shockley.
Number 9 in motion.
Hand off now to Shockley, who powers up through about the 20-yard line. A nice run by Shockley.
Now Shockley is a junior this year, so you think he'll step up next year?
Next year he will be a pivotal point in this offensive for the Cougars and defensive, as he is a starting linebacker. So I would expect him to be very powerful next year for the Cougars. First, second and third now. Carlin is it back for Quint. Quint's got an open hole.
Oh,
he's at the 10, the 5, touchdown Cougars. A great run for Kelby Quint, who has now gotten another touchdown to add to his total this year.
You are right, and that is making it his second touchdown of the season. Let's see if they can convert this extra point. Extra point is up.
And it is good.
Your score right now, Shawnee Mission Northwest 7, Shawnee Mission South 7. The game is all tied up.
There we have 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the first quarter.
Make sure you mark your calendar for the Shawnee Mission Town Hall meeting scheduled to air October 19th on Time Warner Cable Channel 2, Sure West Channel 18, and AT&T Uverse Channel 99.
This exciting presentation will feature a Shawnee Mission Northwest Shawnee Mission graduate and a Shawnee Mission student who have played significant roles in the NASA Mars rover project.
That is
very exciting.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Thanks someone from the school districts involved in a NASA Mars rover project.
That is a very big step for mankind, even though rest in peace Neil Armstrong, as he said, this is another big step for mankind.
We are about to get underway with this kickoff.
Jordan Winkelmullen to kick now.
And it looks like it is going back to Raheem Abdul,
who is in the end zone.
He's going to let it go for a touchback.
Another strong kickoff for Jordan Winkelmullen, who takes over starting kicker. Or injured starting kicker for the Cougars, number 1 Alex Allen, who injured his tore his Achilles and his right meniscus, excuse me, in a game against Lawrence. That put an end to his season, and it was a very devastating blow to him. He was the number 26 ranked starting kicker, number 26 ranked kicker in the state of Kansas, which is a huge blow to him. First and 10 now.
We are lined up on this Raider drive. First play. Once again, back to Gilt. And he is down. Sideline. Can't be stopped and finally taken down a little past the 40.
Cougars really need to start learning how to play Guild, because this can't happen the rest of the game for the Cougars, because Guild is just taking this ball up the field at will on them. He's very lucky that number 49 stopped him on that play, Mario Galvin.
Gabe Guild also leading rushing yards for the Raiders last season.
That just shows how strong of a running back he is.
If they cannot learn to take him down early this game, it's going to be a long night for the Cougars.
It will be, even though the Cougar offense looks to keep that game close. Cougar defense does need to step up, though.
Line up and timeout by the Raiders.
There's a timeout on the field.
Timeout. First timeout for the Raiders now called. They have 2 remaining now.
All right, while we're taking this timeout, congratulations to Shawnee Mission South math teacher Vince Laverne and Ray Marsh art teacher Beth Kuhn, who were named the State Teacher of the Year semifinalists for the 2013 Kansas Teacher of the Year Award.
Those honored have completed at least 5 years in the classroom and are recognized for their outstanding ability to inspire students of all backgrounds and abilities to learn. It's a great honor for them.
Oh yes, very proud of them. Staying in this huddle, what do you expect from the second quarter?
The second quarter, I kind of expect the same amount from Shawnee Mission South offense to just straight run the ball. They've only thrown the ball once this game. It's been an incomplete pass, so I expect this South to run the ball even more.
Back to Guild, handoff, jukes him back, and he's actually taken down. Good play by the Northwest defense on that play.
That was a great job for the Cougars. They need to get this pressure, and they need to do this much more often. They have to get to Guild in the backfield, make him leave his speed early, and he's taken down there by Jake Filsinger. Great play by Filsinger there.
Gabe Guild with only a 2-yard run on that. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Only 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Man in motion, snap, back to Guild, and he's actually stopped. Oh, fumble!
He loses the football. The ball is on the ground. No signal from the officials yet.
No.
And they ruled him down, it appears, even though there was not a whistle called.
It looks like he, right here, the second look. Yeah, he was down.
Brought down on the play by Cougars, Ariska Savior.
Ariska Savior with the tackle there. Cougars gonna be upset with that because that is another play of the refs that they feel that the refs have kind of cheated them on. Looks like the timeout is now called by Lynn Hiv with 13 seconds left in the game.
Even though they did not get that fumble, they sure did a good job at stopping Guild in that backfield.
Yes, the Cougars are doing a much better job this set of downs.
And we will be right back after this.
We are back now. 13 seconds to go left in this first quarter. Shawnee Mission South has the ball at the 45-yard line for a 3rd and 6 play.
It is a beautiful night here. Friday under the lights. Beautiful weather for football.
Every high schooler wants to be here to see stuff like this.
Back to Guild. Still not finding that middle pass like he used to.
Again, the Cougars push is doing a great job right now.
The Raiders might want to think about changing up their offensive strategy instead of just handing off to Guild. It seems like the Cougars are actually figuring out now what they need to do to stop Guild.
The Northwest Cougars have called another timeout here to stop the clock.
Ryan Spates on the tackle.
As we notice now, the wind has kind of died down, but when we first actually got here, the kicks were going straight right. It's insane how much it stopped.
There was a very heavy wind to start out the day. That may be why neither Northwest or Shawnee Mission South has passed the ball very much, because this has been a very strong wind. That might also be a reason why on the 4th downs the kickers did not come in to try and attempt a field goal.
Yeah, that wind will definitely have effect on that ball trajectory.
Northwest is lining up for the punt formation right now. It appears junior Jake Horner will be back to receive the kick.
All right.
And here's the punt now. It's up. Horner looks to receive. It will not get to him, and it goes out of bounds at about the 41.5-yard line with about 0.4 seconds to go in this first quarter. So they will go one more play off in this first quarter before it ends.
Dane and Swoop on that punt. 0.4 seconds. Let's see what they throw out here.
I'm expecting just a normal play by the Cougars, nothing too fancy. It won't be halftime quite yet, so they don't have to worry about losing the ball.
They definitely don't want to give that chance at the very end of the first quarter to just give the ball away.
I expect a simple run play just right here. If it goes for a long play, they'll take that every day, but I'm expecting this to be a normal run play right here. And here it is now. Oh, it's a bootleg. Carlin throws it, and he throws it away. A smart decision if it was not. And the flag is down, though. It appears like they may have had a late hit on the thrower there on Carlin.
Let's see what the official call is.
Referee is now picking it up.
There is no flag.
And they actually called that back. There is no penalty, so.
No flag has been called, so that will be the end of the first quarter. Shawnee Mission South is 7. Shawnee Mission Northwest has 7. And it will be the beginning of the second quarter in a little bit. Great job by the Cougars. That first offensive drive was not very good for the Cougars as they, defensive drive, my mistake. Shawnee Mission South, Gabe Guild basically ran his will all over the Cougars and ran it all the way in 80 yards basically for a touchdown. The Cougars defense, however, on their second drive, stifled Guild at about midfield, did not allow much of a push. The Cougars need to keep doing that on defense to be able to stop this running game for Shawnee Mission South.
We definitely saw that during the last part of the first quarter, Gabe Guild was getting stopped, and that's what Northwest needs to do this whole game in order to keep their score.
And after that run play by Kelby Quint, which is a great run, all the way out to about the 36-yard line.
It looks like they were not expecting that big play. They were just kind of watching, really.
I said that was a great offense play to start the Cougars right out of the second quarter. Hopefully they can do more of the same. Here it is, Carlin under center now, hands it off to Jacob Gilliam. Takes it for about 3 or 4 yards before being taken down on that play.
That Raider defense isn't getting fooled this time. Very different game from the defense of the Cougars from the first part.
2nd and 7 now for the Cougars. Carlin will go under center. Hands it off now. And he is taken down at about the 30-yard line. Jacob Gilliam again with the run.
That Raider defense showing that they are not letting those runs through, but they are inching towards that first down line.
Kelby Quinn is subbed back into the game. It's a 3rd and 3 situation now. So South's defense had better be aware for play action passes because the Cougars running game has worked pretty well so far. So you'd expect to see a play action pass right here. And here we go for the 3rd and 3. Tosses left to Quint. Quint gets to the outside. He jukes a player off. A great play by Quint.
It's going to be interesting to see what tactics they use to get into this end zone.
After that first down run, Cougars now take it 1st and 10 now. From about the 23-yard line. Carlin under center. Carlin hands it off to Shockley, who only goes for a couple yards before being taken down.
I don't know what to say. I mean, this Raider defense, the Cougars have got to know when to pass. I mean, the Raiders are there, and they are expecting that run down the middle.
Both the Shawnee Mission South and Shawnee Mission Northwest offenses are built to run. So play action passes are something that'll be open for them, but it's not something that they'll look to. If their run game is working for them, they will both stick to it.
They got to find those more outside lanes, though, as we see both defensive lines are actually doing a really great job stopping.
Play action pass. Oh. Touchdown, Cougars!
What a beautiful pass down the middle.
That is number 89, Ryan Spates, with the touchdown pass by Lucas Carlin. A great pass and a great play action fake, as I mentioned.
Lucas Carlin just adding to his touchdown right there. So he has 2 for the season.
After this extra point now, That is up and it's good. The Cougars are now leading the Shawnee Mission South Raiders 14-7 after the great touchdown pass by Lucas Carlin.
And that was a really great just pass down the middle. He found the open receiver, just ran it in.
It's a great job by the offense now as they look to spark up their offense from the past 2 weeks, which has been almost non-existent. They're happy on the sidelines. They are fired up. They're ready to go again.
Ryan Spates also adding to his touchdown right there. He is also with 2 for the season. As we get ready for the kickoff here, we'll see what the Raider offense can really do this drive. See if they'll switch it up a bit or see if they'll keep giving it to Guild and maybe hope to find some open holes.
Cougars defense looks to maintain what they did last drive for the Shawnee Mission South's offense, which is to stuff them early right in the middle. Kickoff now by sophomore kicker Jonathan Killeen instead of Jorn Winkelmullen, the senior. And Killeen's up, kick is back, and it appears to be yet another touchback for the Cougars. Great kicking. Even though the much preferred kicker is senior kicker Alex Allen, he is now unavailable, so the Cougars are making the most of it as using their substitute kickers, both Jonathan Killeen and Jorn Winkelmullen, to their fullest abilities.
As we line up at about the 20-yard line, or as we line up on the 20-yard line, we will see just how this offense opens up today.
1st and 10 for the Raiders.
Oh, they tried to switch it up a bit, giving it to their fullback, and it did not work as he is stopped.
It almost appears that he is stopped for a loss in that play. The Cougars are getting great penetration.
Ariska Savior on the stop for the Cougars.
Ariska Savior gets yet another stop up there in front for the Cougars. No gain, it'll so it'll be 2nd and 10.
See if they want to find Guild on this play. And they do. They toss it back to Gabe, who spins off his defender, breaks another tackle, and he is finally stopped.
Guild showing off his elusive abilities and D1 talent, spinning off of multiple Cougar defenders who wish they could get that stop in the backfield.
He's really got that. He's really got those feet to change direction easily.
He even made it a gain out of that broken play now, so it'll be 3rd and 4 for Shawnee Mission South.
Let's see how they do on this 3rd down drive. Lining up now, Gabe in the backfield. Man in motion, 22. Another toss to Gabe, breaks free of a defender, and is finally, whoa.
And he will not make it to that 1st down marker. Another great stand by the Cougar defense.
Other than that one Gabe Guild run this play, this Cougar defense has been excellent.
Yes, the past 2 drives for the Cougars defense has been outstanding. They have been able to keep Guild at bay, get in the backfield, and stop that run presence. However, if they keep pushing like this, they need to be aware of the pass over them.
It is now 4 and 2.
South will elect to go for it, it appears. However, it looks like South is now going to call, yes, they will call a timeout as the play clock was running down.
Trying to get their ideas and plans going right now.
Cougars this drive have done a much better job of keeping Guild at bay and getting in that offensive backfield. If the Cougars are able to do this continually for the next few drives, they will force South to change their game plan, which is not their strong suit at running.
It'll be interesting to see what they're going for. If they're going for it, they're in a dangerous position if it's turned over, considering they're so close to the other end zone.
South will come out and see if they send on the punt team. It appears that they do send on the punt team. So or did they? Yes, they will. The Cougars have sent now. The South Raiders have now sent out their punt team, and they will punt it back. Northwest is not ready to get back there, though, as junior Jake Horner is late getting back. But here we go.
The punt, it'll fall straight to him, and he calls for a fair catch.
Great idea for the fair catch there by Jake Horner, as he was surrounded by green shirts. The Cougars special teams need to do a better job of getting blocks downfield and giving them a little bit more time to do something with the ball.
As they are on about the 39.
Cougars now take over at the 39. They look to continue the momentum that they put up points on their first 2 drives of the game. This is very, very strong statement for the Cougars, who had been questions about their ability at offense to put points on the board at a continuous rate. First and 10 now. Carlin will be under shotgun, under center, excuse me. Pitch left to Gilliam. Gilliam gets wide, and he's dragged down about the 41 for maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain on that.
I'm really expecting a really good game from Jeremy Fisher. Like I said, leads the tackles with 36 overall. I'm expecting to see more out of him.
The Cougars offense sure hopefully doesn't.
Yeah, that's for sure. This guy is a giant.
Cougars take the ball over now. It was a 2 yard gain by Gilliam, so it will now be 2nd and 8 now for the Cougars. Carlin under center. Man in motion is Jake Horner into the slot. Hands it off now. And the ball carrier gets to about the 44 yard line. Ball carrier was Kelby Quinn on the play.
We're seeing a little bit of the same thing from both teams here, really not letting many balls get run up to the middle.
Short gain on the play.
Neither the Cougars or the Shawnee Mission South offense. Neither team's offense has been really willing to throw the ball out. It'll now be 3rd and 5. Carlin under center. Rolls right, passes it, throws it, completed now. And he's got room. He's at the 39 yard line. A great play by Carlin to find that open receiver. Number 4, Luke Fields, the senior.
Raiders need to make sure that their safeties are well aware of this kid right here.
Great play action play by Carlin, who was able to find the open receiver, Luke Fields, and powers through to about the 39.
The Raider defense was nowhere to be seen on that play.
That play action play will always be open for the Cougars now as they roll it, and they do hand it off now, but it looks like he will be stopped for no gain on the play. South brought the blitz from the right side on that one.
I feel like as we get farther into this game and we see a little bit of passing from the Cougars, I think they could really go back to doing those. They're really getting some good yardage on them, and really the Raiders aren't even expecting it.
The Raiders are not playing very well on defense right now, and the Cougars are looking to make that their advantage. Carlin under center right now is 2nd and 9. Gets the handoff now. Gilliam is stopped, it appears. No, it's Kelby Quinton. He keeps fighting for those yards.
He's just trying to power through that defense, hopefully to rack up some yards.
Even though he was stopped, the refs are giving him a good yardage on the play to about the 38 and a half. So now be 3rd and 8 though for the Cougars. If the Cougars are looking to continue momentum on this play, they hope to get this play.
Hopefully the Raider defense is not getting too tired, for they cannot sleep on this Cougar offense.
Carlin fakes the handoff. He's bootlegging right, throws it, and it is incomplete off of 2 people's hands, and it will now be a 4th and 8.
If Carlin wanted to, he really could have ran that in. I mean, it was a nice open space, but he just panicked a little bit and just decided to kind of go for it.
Now appears to be some indecision now from the coaches about whether to put on the punt team or the offensive team. Well, and it appears that the punt team is heading on.
At 4 and 8, you would kind of really hope so. You don't really want to give the Raiders that extra edge.
Now back to punt is junior Alex Springer. He also took over the punting role after the loss of Alex Allen. There's Springer's punt. It appears to be going to the end zone.
Oh,
unfriendly bounce makes it roll into the end zone. And South will take it over at the 20 with 4:22 to remain in the second quarter.
Your score so far is Shawnee Mission Northwest 14 and Shawnee Mission South 7. Really kind of a deadlock so far.
We would like to recognize the Shawnee Mission South varsity cheerleader.
Shawnee Mission's 50th annual college clinic is coming right up from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on October 17th at Shawnee Mission East High School. Prospective college students will be able to meet with representatives from colleges and universities from across the country and learn about higher education. As we come back now, South will have the ball.
Give it back to Gill, and he is gone. Fights off a defender, fights off another one, and he is, brought down a little hard from the back, but he really got some yardage on that play.
Gill's helmet got taken off on that play, but it just shows how fired up he is right now. After breaking multiple tackles, the Cougars in defense did not wrap up at all. They just kept trying to hit him.
He is hungry for some yards, and it shows there.
Cougars safety Khalil Hatley took his helmet off on that play, but it appears that he is coming back in. No, he is on the sideline, excuse me. After the Guild run, it will be 1st and 10 for Shawnee Mission South.
Looks like they decided to hand it off to number 2, Rakeem Abdul.
Rakeem Abdul on the carry.
And after that Guild first down, Rakeem Abdul runs it for about 4 yards, making it 2 and 6.
Cougars defense is not playing as well as they did on those previous 2 offensive drives for the South Raiders. Cougars look to push in the backfield and get those hits early and
Gabe
wrap
Gill
up.
Back in the lineup. Let's see if he has any. Yep. Oh, it's a fake, and he's going down. Oh, and it's unfortunately not found by anyone.
I'd say the closest receiver to that would be the cornerback for the Cougars on that play.
Yeah, number 13, Dana Swoop is who I'm assuming that was intended for, but really just couldn't find anyone on that play for John.
South will now take the ball 3rd and 6 now.
Lining back up in this offense. Let's see if they're going to give Gill to try and go for this first down. There it is. Oh, and he is stopped short. What a great play by the Cougar defense.
But that will be a momentum player for the Cougars as they just hit Gill early and forced him to lose yardage on that play. Watching it again, Cougars got in the backfield early. Hit first by number 5, Devin Shockley. Great play by the Cougars.
He was not going anywhere on that play.
Again, this is the momentum the Cougars are needing right now to get this victory in their hands. South's punt is away. Check corners and back to receive.
It's a long punt, and he calls for the fair catch again.
Another smart decision as there was nowhere to go. Ball will be placed at the 25. The Cougars will take it over at the 25-yard line as they lead 14-7 with only 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter.
Now let's see what this Cougar offense can produce. Maybe another touchdown, but they are pretty far back into their own territory.
And limited time, they will probably be in a hurry-up mode offense, at least a no huddle. Carlin hands it off now. Quinn is up the middle. Quinn has a nice yardage on that play, about 5 yards on that.
He is stopped down by number 13, Dana Swoop.
Quinn just took it right up the middle before he got met by anybody on that play. Also in the mix was Rakeem Abdul. Cougars offense looks to be in no hurry as they approach the 2-minute warning. Under center now is Carlin. And it appears that what is going on? I'm not sure what just happened, but both teams are back in their respective huddles as they now run the clock again.
They are running down the clock. Be sure to tune in next week to catch more live Shawnee Mission football at 7 p.m. on September 27th. You'll see the Shawnee Mission South Raiders and the Shawnee Mission West Vikings face off.
And
it's a fumble.
Fumbled by Gilliam. He wraps it up. This is not the spot that they want to turn the ball over. As you see, the Cougars are very fumble prone this year. They need to keep that ball wrapped up and get their connections very good.
That makes it number 8 this season, and they really have to be careful not to turn over those balls.
They're lucky to get that recovered, and it appears a timeout has been called. Shawnee Mission South calls the timeout as they look to get the ball back with at least some time on the clock. Yes, sir. We will be staying right here with 1:25 to go. It'll be a 3rd and 8 for the Cougars as they need to get the ball for first down to avoid South getting the ball back with a lot of time left on the clock.
Hopefully we do not see more fumbles from Shawnee Mission Northwest, as it has been their problem this year. Like I said, counting on to their total, making it 8 fumbles so far in just 3 games.
Hey fans, are you hungry? Make sure you stop by.
South's defense looks fairly impressive on this drive as they have pretty much stopped the Cougars from what they've been wanting to do, even though Kelby Quint got a 5-yard carry, but it was not a very strong 5-yard carry as he was taking tacklers with him the whole time. So South defense is looking to get the Cougars early.
It did not help them that much, that's for sure. So they're lining back up here. Let's see what the Cougars can do on this 3 and 8 drive.
It is ball's at the 27. Like I said, 1:25 will be left on the clock, and they're looking to pass. No, it is a draw play. He is hit and brought down, or refuses to go down. Kelby Quint basically just took hits from the entire Shawnee Mission South defense, but kept on his feet. And great power play, but they called him down.
They refused. Yeah, he just stood his ground, refused to go down.
However, it will be 4th down for the Cougars as they will need to punt the ball in about a minute or so left for South to put some points on the board. Alex Springer will be punting today.
Right now, number 2, Rakeem Abdul in the backfield for the Raiders to try and take this punt.
Punt is away, and it is a good one.
And he does call for the fair catch.
Fair catch called for at the 41. South's offense will look to take over the ball and run it down for some quick points.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line.
So we're at 36 seconds in this 2nd quarter, 1st half. We do have Shawnee Mission Northwest 14 and Shawnee Mission South 7.
It'll be interesting to see South's play calling on this drive. As there's only 36 seconds left, South's main priority is to run the ball. However, that would run down the clock, and they do not have any timeouts remaining.
Let's see what the Raiders can do on this play.
And they are passing.
And Gild's actually open receiver. He's going down the middle. Stop. And he's actually just stopped short at 38.
Gill takes the ball for about 20 yards off that reception. The Cougars completely forgot about him. I'm not sure how, though. South is in a hurry-up.
Gill showing his all-around skill, not just as a running back, but also as a receiver. And the QB spike.
Stops the clock now with 22.5 seconds remaining.
It'll now be 2nd and 10 on this Raider drive.
That was Pruders, the quarterback for South. Only completion so far this game, even though he's only attempted to throw the ball 3 times.
Coming out of the huddle, Gild in the back. Uh-oh, gotta watch out for the blitz there. Incomplete. The intended receiver, number 23. John Stennis.
South will have to be very careful on those kinds of plays, as it went right through the receiver's hands, and that could have been very easily picked off by number 21 Khalil Hatley, who has already had a pick return for a touchdown this season off of a play very similar to that.
And we'll look at this again. Sorry, 29 Ian Roberts, and who the pass was intended for. As you can see there, just barely slipping out of his grasp.
Shawnee Mission Northwest has called their final timeout. Now it will be 3rd and 10 for the Shawnee Mission South Raiders with only about 17 seconds to go. Rounded, it is 18 seconds to go.
Call 913-469-3803 or visit jccc.edu to learn more.
We're coming back here. 17 seconds left. Let's see what this Raider offense can do.
Fruiter is back.
Off to number 44. Stiff arms, finds his way down the sideline, and finally stops short of about the 31.
And the key to that play, Blake Oliver, the recipient from that play, was able to get out of bounds, which is very key for a low time situation when they have no timeouts. Devin Shockley missed him in the first, off the first hit in the backfield, and Oliver made him pay. It's a mere 4th and 2 now. There's 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. The South is looking to get one last shot, maybe 2 at the end zone, and they have 4 wide receivers out and Guild in the backfield with him.
Snaps it. Tries to find number 29, and that's going to go way over. Intercepted.
Picked off.
Intercepted
by number 17, Jake Hoskins, the junior. That is something Northwest has been wanting to do for a while, and they take over the ball with 3 seconds to go. Great play by Jake Hoskins on that play.
That is definitely something you do not want to do this late into the game.
South's quarterback is showing us why he does not pass the ball that often, as he's now 1 of 4 with 1 pickup interception. Great job by the Cougars defense to get there, and they will now kneel the ball down and take us into halftime.
That is John Kruder's first interception, actually, of the season.
It is now halftime. The Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars are leading the Shawnee Mission South Raiders 14-7.
Shawnee Mission Northwest 14.
We will be right. We'll be right back. And we are going to the field with Monica.
Hi, I'm Monica Funk. I'm here with Athletic Director Richard Greenwich from Northwest. How do you think the Cougars are doing so far?
You know, it's been an exciting half of play. We feel very fortunate to be ahead 14-7, and it looks like it's going to be a very exciting second half.
What did you think about that interception in the end zone?
You know, with the Raiders driving at the end and having a chance at least to kick a field goal, that was a nice play to keep them out of the end zone and keep them from scoring.
Do you think they can keep the lead up in the second half?
You know, it's going to be difficult, and I know both teams are going to play very hard in the second half, but I'm a Cougar fan, so I think we can do it.
All right, thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Monica.
The 1 and 2 Cougars started off the season with a great bonfire piece created during the video production class.
With all the great bonfire moments, KUGR narrowed it down to the top 5. The We Are Northwest chant got wildly out of control and lasted nearly 3 minutes, with hardly a sign of slowing down until they were threatened to lose the spirit stick. Stugo came out and rocked the gym with their flat bills and jean shorts, and their selection of popular music really got the crowd going. Marching Cougar Pride once again pumped up the crowd, living up to expectations. They started their year off with an unmatched performance that no other band could top. We look forward to their future performances. The Thespians took Mario Kart to a whole new level, racing around the gym in a life-size extravaganza. With costumes, props, and an epic race to the finish, it will be one for the record books. With the combined efforts of the senior football players and cheerleaders, they finished at the top of our list for their stunting, sporadic dancing, and closing with Ryan Spates asking Anna Gooley to homecoming. This has been Sarah, Gage, and Callie signing off for KUGR.
So what an exciting first half we've seen so far. Shawnee Mission Northwest 14, Shawnee Mission South 7. So what do you think so far of this first half?
I think the Cougars have played very well on offense from their slow starts earlier. Their defense has been played very well against the South running back Gabe Guild.
Dr. Johnson, you have anything to add?
Well, it looked like in the beginning South was really on fire, and Northwest made some adjustments, and from that point on it's been very difficult for South to really move down the field. I think Northwest has made some really good coaching decisions out there at this point in time. And
Shawnee Mission South is 2-1 on the year now, and they have very many highlights.
All right.
The Shawnee Mission Northwest Advanced Radio Production also created a very great highlight video.
Hello, Northwest, and welcome to this week's edition of Game Day. I'm your host, Carolina Mack.
And I'm Sam Sullivan. Last week, the Cougars dropped 1-2 on the season with a loss at Leavenworth.
The 17-7 score from last week was much closer than the game 2 weeks ago, showing that our defense was much improved.
The Cougars' defense shined in the first half and didn't allow any points on the board.
They fought endlessly throughout the game, but were worn down late.
When the defense began to weaken, the game fell apart for the Cougars.
The Cougar offense showed the need for improvement as they were only able to manage one touchdown.
However, junior Devin Shockley again led a strong running game for the Cougars.
Other notable performances of the night were senior Jake Filsinger's blocks and sophomore Jonathan Colleen's strong start at kicker.
The Cougars will play Shawnee Mission South. This will be a pivotal game for the Cougars as they look back to 500.
The Cougar defense will need to handle South's running back, Gabe Guild, who is the Sunflower League's leading rusher. Guild ran for 236 yards last week against Shawnee Mission North. The Cougars look to cut back their turnovers and put up plenty of points in tonight's game.
We've been doing okay. We got off to a good start. We beat Olathe North in the first game. Did not play so well against Lawrence High in the second game. Played a little bit better against Leavenworth in week 3. Right now we're sitting at 1-2. A little disappointed in the last couple of weeks, but the kids are working hard, and we think we're moving in the right direction.
After the Cougars play Shawnee Mission South tonight, they will play the 0-2 Olathe Northwest Ravens for our homecoming game. This is a critical point in the season, so make sure our Cougars have enough support to make this season a winning season. That's it for us, Northwest. This has been Carolina Mack
And Sam Sullivan.
We'll catch you next week.
Now, waiting for the second half, we're going to throw it down to Monica Funk and see what she has for us on the field.
All right, I'm here with the Cougar captains, cheerleaders. How proud of you of your Cougars so far?
We're very proud of them. We're proud to be Cougars. We love our school.
How do you think they're doing so far?
Really good. We have tons of spirit, and we love cheering at the games, and our school is so fun to be a part of.
What's the atmosphere like being down on the track here?
Crazy. There's lots of spirit. The crowd gets really involved with us, so it's always nice to have them be a part of our cheers and stuff.
Do you have anything else you want to say to your fans back home?
We love our Cougars. Yeah, keep cheering us on. You know, we're out here giving it all, giving it our all. So we just hope you guys all come out and do the same for us.
All right, thank you guys. Keep cheering. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Monica. Dr. G. Johnson, did you have anything to say?
Well, I'm wondering, guys, what do you think needs to happen to get South back in this game the second half?
I would think that South needs to contain the Cougars' offense. Cougars' offense has been stagnant for the past 2 weeks, but honestly, they've been playing very well today.
Yeah.
And the Cougars, the Raiders' defense needs to step up to be able to stop them.
Yeah.
Another point is Guild, the running back, Raiders running back. He's had a very impressive game. Sometimes he's getting stopped short. Sometimes he's making those really big impact plays that South really needs. So if we see more impact plays from Guild, I believe they can actually pull this through.
Yeah. I think what we're seeing here is two very good coach teams, and you know, the coaches are able to make some adjustments out there, and that makes a difference. And I remember in the first half, Tyler, you practically called it down there on that last Cougar touchdown when you said, you know, they're going to need to pass. They did, touchdown. So, hey, you should be coaching.
Well, you know, there's always a future job.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, yeah, so far we have seen an impressive display from both teams.
Yeah.
It's evident in the first and second quarter. So hopefully we can see some more improvement from both teams.
Yeah, it's a great night for football. I mean,
this is
everybody's
beautiful
having
night.
a good time. Nice crowd. It's not cold, so you know I think things are going really well out there. So let's talk a little bit more about you guys. We got a little time here. So Travis, you're a tennis player for Northwest.
Yes, sir.
And you're a junior, so you've been playing since 9th grade.
For Northwest since 9th grade. I've been playing tennis, honestly, since about 2nd grade. So I've been playing for a while. It's not just high school.
Okay. So, like, this is an off season for you. So
yeah.
What happens now?
Well, I play at different clubs, like for different things. I don't just like stop till the springtime. That's not something that I'd want to do because that would not make me a very good player at all.
Yeah.
I play over at Woodside Racket Club over in Kansas City. It's a great place for me, honestly. Cause
off season, do you have a coach?
Yeah, his name's Kevin Brennan. He's a great coach for me.
Okay, great.
All right, we're going to have an interview now on the field for John Johnson.
All right, I'm here with Athletic Director from Shawnee Mission South, Dr. John Johnson. How do you think your Raiders are doing so far?
Well, I'd like to be on the other side of a 14-7 score, but we're within 1 touchdown, so I feel pretty good. At this point, hopefully we'll have a good second half.
Now, we just got Coach Lonergan last year. How do you think he's done so far developing the program?
I think he's done real well. He works real hard with the kids. He's real dedicated to what he wants to do, and I'm real proud of him for a young coach to get it going the way he's doing. I think he's doing a great job.
Do you think we can pull it ahead in the second half?
Well, I sure hope so. I think we can. Shawnee Mission Northwest, a good club. They've come out real strong and ran it pretty hard, but I sure hope we do.
Starting on this.
All right, thank you for your time.
Okay,
back to you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take something for these Shawnee Mission South Raiders to get this win.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Tyler, a little bit about you. You're a senior now.
I am.
Any plans for next year? Thinking about that?
Yeah, hopefully I can go to KU and study film.
There you go, KU.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Jayhawks.
Rock show.
Yeah. All right. So in your last year, you're really involved, doing lots of things at school.
Oh, yeah.
Soccer manager. Okay. How's that going?
Yeah, it's good. Just waiting for the girls' varsity season to start. 2 years ago, when I first started, I was honored to be in that team that made it to we play second in state. Last year, we didn't make it to second in state, but we did play some amazing games, and I'm very proud to be a part of that.
All right, great. Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We come back now to start the second half. About 3 minutes till Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars are leading the Shawnee Mission South Raiders 14-7.
Now, Travis, what do you expect from both teams this second half?
This second half, I expect Shawnee Mission Northwest to really want to have a great game on the ground. They've already done a great game on the ground, honestly. They've opened up their passing game, which is something that they have been not really doing well this season. So it's great to see them do that.
Definitely seeing some diversity in both teams, as we see definitely a more ground game from both teams, but it is nice to have that option of a pass to get them some extra yards, maybe a little extra points.
Now, what do you think that Shawnee Mission South can do to get back in this game?
What I would really like to see is for Gabe Gill to get on more of those outside HB tosses. I think he could really go down those sidelines great and get away from the defenders.
Yes, Gabe Gill would be a much better runner. He is a great runner, actually. So if he can get to the sidelines instead of trying to just power through the center line for the Cougars, he may be a really good force to be reckoned with.
He's definitely got those quick feet to move in and out of defenders. It's truly a great thing to watch.
It really is. Now the Cougars, as they're warming up right now for the second half. It is just moments away, actually, about 1:30.
You will get this second half underway soon. Now, you said this is the first year for the new Shawnee Mission Northwest coach. How do you think he's done?
Coach Lynn Hibbs, he has done an outstanding job, honestly, because after Barnett left, we needed a hole to be filled by a person with power and just experience. Lynn Hibbs brings some state championships to the Northwest Cougars after winning them at Wellington and the 4A. He is a great coach, and he's shown it so far with the Cougars as they powered through their opening game. They've dropped a couple games in a row. They've dropped a couple games after that, but he has coached them to be a very powerful force.
Now, as we've seen, Coach Lonergan actually taking over for Raiders, who was actually at Shawnee Mission West last year. So it's interesting to see a nice change on the Raider team.
It appears that we are about to get this second half underway. If my memory stands correct, the Cougars will be receiving this opening kickoff from the Raiders, who received the ball first off at the start of the game. All right, we'll be staying up here in the booth. And we are now set for kickoff. The Raiders will be kicking off to the Northwest Cougars.
Waiting for both teams to get on the field here. And it looks like
fans are ready, the players are ready. Everybody's ready to see the second half get underway.
Definitely ready to get this thing kicked off. See some more Friday night football.
Number 13, Danian Swoop will be back to kick it off, and here we go. It will be returned by number 21, Khalil Hatley. He fakes pitching it, actually, and powers up to about the 35, maybe more. It's a giant dog pile right there. You cannot see much. It appears that he made his way to about the 32-yard line.
Pretty impressive run right there on the kickback, or on the kickoff.
The Cougars will now take over at the 32-yard line. First and 10 now.
Now, what do we have to see from this Raider defense to actually stop this more attacking Cougar offense?
The Raiders defense, what they need to do is do what the Shawnee Mission Northwest defense did, and that is get in the backfield and putting into the plays and kill their offense. Ball's handed off now to Quint, who gets to about the 35-yard line, give or take.
Kelby Quint on the carry.
He had a good carry for about 3 yards. Kelby Quinn has been a vital piece to this Cougar offense right now.
He has. We have definitely seen some impressive runs from this young man. Can't wait to see what he can provide more throughout this game.
2nd and 8 now. Carlin is under center. Snaps it off, hands it to the running back, who gets stopped in the backfield for a loss.
Number 66, Stephen Eckerson, making a huge tackle.
Exactly what I said to do for the Raiders, what they needed to do to kill this Cougar offense. What they needed to do was get in the backfield and stop runs in the backfield so that they have no offense to go to. Exactly what the Northwest offense was expecting to do. Has come out and start strong. This has not been the start that they've wanted. It is now 3rd and 9.
Let's see what they can produce on this 3rd down drive.
Carlin looks to pass. And it is now only a few yards off the gain, though. And it will be 4th down, and the punt team is coming out.
Number 44, Nick Oliver, with the impressive tackle, as you can see here. Just gets him wrapped around and brings him down.
Junior Jake Horner was with the reception there, but he could not do much with it as he got the ball at the line of scrimmage. Back is number 13, Danian Swoop. And another man who looked to get the ball.
Fair catch call. Yep. He did call it, so he, yeah.
He called,
Oh, yeah, and it is.
Whoa.
It's a really late call.
The ref has just made a critical play. To me and everybody else on the field, he called for a fair catch. That is what everybody else here, including me, thought, that he raised his arm for a fair catch. Everyone stopped playing. One man from the Cougars ran up and touched him, and the ref threw the flag. That is another call that's going against the Cougars, it appears.
It almost seemed like he didn't even know he called the fair catch. He called it kind of instinctively, and then he looked, had space, and he kind of wanted to move, but he can't really because he already called the fair catch.
Refs have not moved the ball from the spot. I would hope that they would not call that, because that honestly looked like a fair catch to everybody in the stadium. If they call this, this will be about the third call that has gone against the Cougars that has been close. And not just close, but just controversial. The officials are still huddling together, discussing what to make of this, and here comes our head ref. Maybe not.
Thinking.
He's taking his time on this call. It is now his third discussion. This is taking some time with this. Now maybe he's got it. Here's the official. Or maybe not.
It couldn't have been anything about.
And it is yet another discussion for the referee. And will he make his call yet? South is moving back.
During the play, we have an invalid fair catch signal, which is a post-scrimmage kick penalty. It was enforced from the end of the kick, 5 yards, first down, Shawnee Mission South.
So the penalty actually goes against Shawnee Mission South for not providing a fair catch signal on the play. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and South will now be taking over from their own 19.
Now we really need to see this offense open up for the Raiders to get somewhere. As they hand it back to Guild, he finds that hole. He's still going, fighting off defenders. And he is finally brought down at about the 32.
Gabe Guild with another powerful run. He doesn't look to be the most powerful player on their team, as he's only 188 pounds and being 5'10", but he just took a ton of the Cougar defense with him after shoving them over and just doing what he wanted. The Cougars need to put it into him quickly before he can start getting cutbacks and spinning around.
I know I said I like Guild on the outside, but if he can provide those middle open runs, I would love to see it.
Here comes another chance for at it.
Yep, there's his outside run. What I love to see, unfortunately, only gaining about 5 yards.
Unfortunately, that is a very nice play for the Raiders. The Raiders will definitely take those 5-yard carries, as they're slow and methodical, but they are also very crucial to getting that offense to go down the field, as you would rather see a 3rd and 5 or a 3rd and 4 instead of a 3rd and 10 off of missed opportunities.
See what they have to offer here on this 2nd and 4. Back to Gill. He's going down the sideline. He's got the first down and more.
Again, Guild with another outside run. The Cougars know where it's going. They know the ball is going to Guild, but they are not doing much about it. They are letting him do what he wants.
We'll look at this again. As you can see, just finding an open hole, running down. Excellent blocking, and he's finally taken down.
Taken down by Lavelle Jones on that play. He missed the first few games of the season with an injured ankle.
Gabe Gill definitely re-showing he is a force to be reckoned with. As they do the outside handoff to him again, finds the space in the middle, and he is just racking him up this half.
Shawnee Mission South is defense. They put hits on the Northwest offense running backs. I feel like the Northwest Cougars need to put a good hit on Guild to be able to tell him that you really can't be doing this to us over and over again. Because the Cougars are letting him do whatever he wants. He is running wherever he wants, whenever he wants, how fast he wants. Cougars need to get a hit on him to get him to slow down.
It is really just looking like the first quarter. How we saw Gabe inch after inch just go to that end zone. Down the middle again for Guild as he gets another gain and another first down.
Another first down. The Cougars defensive line is falling apart since that second quarter stand they had against Guild.
As you reminded me earlier, the Northwest Cougars so far this year have not had very strong first and third quarters. Has that contributed a little bit so far?
Cougars have always came out sluggish in the first and third quarters. They've been out in the first and third quarters. Before this game started, they have been outscored 49-0. Guild with another outside run.
Guild down the outside into the end zone. What a beautiful run.
Touchdown, Shawnee Mission South.
And Gabe Guild once again adding to his total, making that 6.
And we have yet another great run by Guild, gets them the touchdown.
That is 2 touchdowns for Gabe on the night, making it the 6th of the season as we go down to the field for an extra point. The extra kick is good. Well, after that drive, we are taking it down to Monica Funk for a sideline interview.
It's good. Attention fans, make some noise for your...
All right, I'm here with some Shawnee Mission South cheerleader captains. What do you think about that last touchdown?
It was really good. I'm really excited for us to win tonight. So.
Do you think we can pull ahead?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're doing really good.
Lucy, what's it like cheering at home games?
Cheering at home games is so much fun. It's so much better than away games because the spirit is just so much better and the energy is so much higher, and it's a lot of fun.
And Susan, what's the spirit like just at Shawnee Mission South, the school? What's it like?
The spirit at South is just so amazing. Everyone's so supportive, and we just have a great school.
All right, anything else?
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders! All right, back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks, Monica.
All right, and we're back now to get the kickoff underway for the Raiders. Back deep for the Cougars. The return it is number 9, Jake Horner. Number 21, Khalil Hatley. And here we go. It appears that the kick goes out of bounds. That is going to be a flag. So the Cougars will take over at the 40-yard line after they call this foul.
Definitely was a long drive ball.
After the kick out of bounds, Cougars take over first and 10.
Cougars will take over at the 35, not the 40, as that is NFL rules. This is high school. So the Cougars will now take over at the 35-yard line. Carlin will be under center to lead the Cougar offense to get back on track after their lapse, the first drive. Devin Shockley jumping over some people, diving to about the 41, 42-yard line after a good dive.
It looked like the Raider defense wasn't even ready for that play. As we see here, we have a lot of man in motion. Tripped up right there, number 61.
Back now, it will be first and 10 after the first. Oh, it will not be first and 10. It'll be second down. The Cougars, they get another run to Shockley, who is powering through people, willing his way for the first down. A great run by Shockley.
Devin Shockley on the
Shockley, only in his junior year, will look to maintain this high-level play during his senior year as he powers through this South defense right here.
Definitely going to have to step it up next year when the seniors leave.
Shockley will look to become the starting running back instead of Kelby Quint after he graduates this year. It will now be it will be 1st and 10. The scoreboard's just a little bit slow. 1st and 10 now for the Cougars. Here comes Carlin, hands it off to Quint. Quint is taken, that is Gilliam. Gilliam is taken down in the backfield for a loss of about 3-4 yards. That is not what the Cougars wanted to do on that play. Their blocks did not hold up.
Almost looked like a tackle for a loss right there.
Zach Gerber on the tackle for the Raiders.
That is going to be a loss of 3 yards as we are now 2nd and 13.
Cougars offensive line and their wide receivers off those running plays need to hold their blocks with the runs to the outside. Otherwise, they will be going nowhere fast.
There were just no holes to go in on that play. 2nd
down now. That's the delayed handoff to Quint, and Quint runs to about the 49.
Kelby Quint on the run for the Cougars.
Off the replay, you see Kelby Quint slicing through that Raider defense and getting stopped just before the 49-yard line by a trio of Raiders.
Nick Oliver on the stop for the Raiders.
As we see our Cougar fans on right now for this whiteout.
It's always nice to show some school spirit.
3rd and 8 now for the Cougars. Carlin fakes the handoff, drops back, he looks, dumps it off, and it's incomplete. Kelby Quint took his eye off the ball, and the ball hit him between the numbers and falling to the ground. That has got to be disappointing.
You know, when it's in your hands, you really got to grasp it. You can't allow it to hit your hands and just fall out.
Cougars have problems like that right there. It kind of looked like the Cougars offense from the past week against Leavenworth, where they just could not get anything going and they were missing easy plays like that. And that'll be 4th down, and the Cougars will look to punt it away with Springer in the backfield. Plays whistled dead for a timeout by Shawnee Mission South.
Looks like they had maybe one extra player on the field that they needed to get off. All right. So community members are invited to Shawnee Mission Board of Education meetings at www.smsd.org. Board meetings are usually held the 2nd and 4th Mondays of every month at 7 p.m. at McKeaton Administration Center, 7235 Antioch Road. Now, as we're looking at this 3rd quarter so far, have you expected a bigger score, or have you just kind of expected to keep it the same?
This is a score I've kind of expected because I know that both the Cougars offense and the Raiders offense are both run-oriented, and that will milk the time off the clock a lot faster, so that would mean a lower scoring game. But the Cougars, I expected them to have a little bit more offense. I know they've been struggling the past few weeks, but I think that they can just still create a good offense. Here comes this punt now by Alex Springer.
The punt is away. Abdul seems to get it, and he returns it this time. No fair. Oh, jukes another defender. He's at the 40. Jukes another one at the 50. Another one. He is going down, and he finally runs out at about the 30. That was a really impressive play by Abdul Kareem right there.
Missed tackles are going to hurt the Cougars very much if they cannot wrap up. All that stood between Rakeem Abdul's line of sight in the end zone was the punter Alex Springer, who was able to slow him up a little bit just before he got run out of bounds.
That was a fantastic run this time by Rakeem Abdul, just finding the space, getting through the defense, and really just running his heart out.
It was. He threw in a nice couple of fakes in there, trying to show off for any college scouts that might be in attendance.
Toss it back. Gill not able to find the hole that he was wanting, but he still picks up some yards.
That's another play. 3rd quarter. This is something that you saw in the 1st quarter, actually. 1st and 3rd quarters are a lot alike for the Cougars. who just let that go. I mean, Guild just kind of weaseled his way through there. It's not a play that should have gained that many yards. The Cougars need to elect to cut back on those.
Short gain on the play.
We are now at 2nd and 7, and we'll see what the Raider offense has to do to get this first down. Man in motion, snaps it back to Gabe Guild, who just decides to take it down the middle.
He gets stood up by a wall of Cougars.
That'll be just shy of the first down.
Cougars know where the ball is going. They just can't seem to get a stop on it.
It almost looked like he was going for a draw, but he just ran it down the middle right there.
Kelby Quint stood him up first, but then a wall of Cougars finished off the job. It'll now be 3rd and a little bit of a 1 yard to go. Again, the Cougars know where this ball's probably going to be going to Gabe Guild on this play. So they need to get all their men in the box and be able to hit him.
Oh, it was QB sneak.
Saw a little bit of this from the Cougars in the first half, from Lucas Carlin getting a QB sneak on a close play. Now the Raiders are turning the favor.
John Pruder just trying to get in some extra yards for that first down, and they'll still be shy 1 yard. Or no, actually, sorry, they got it. John Pruder with the first down.
Raiders are now in the red zone.
HB toss out to the side. He's going. And he finally manages to get stopped.
Gabe Guild just marching down the field yet again.
Gabe Guild just pushing for that 3rd touchdown to add to his score sheet.
Gabe Guild has put up about all of the Raiders' offensive yards except for like a 20-yard pass play by their quarterback Pruder. So Gabe Guild has gotten a ton of yards on the ground, as he does always.
Yep, Gabe Guild definitely the offensive giant for this Raiders team.
Timeout for measurement.
And we're taking a timeout for a measurement.
And while we're at timeout, we want to have a congratulations to all of the Shawnee Mission's 33 elementary schools recently honored by the U.S. Department of Agriculture for being healthier U.S. schools. Every elementary school was awarded because of the hard work of the students and the staff to increase healthy habits in their school buildings.
And it seems like Gabe actually did get that first down, so we'll see what they can do on this red zone drive. Gabe Guild runs, and he is just shy of the touchdown.
Called short at about the 1, maybe the 2-yard line. The Cougars are going to make a stand. They should do one right now because they are in danger zone of being down yet again at the start, like at the start of the game.
I feel like they have 2 options here. They can give it out wide to Guild, or they can even go for the pass, which they did to try and get their other touchdown.
Remember, that pass in the red zone was kicked off, and it'll be a QB sneak. We can't tell if he's in or not. There's been no signal yet.
But it looks like the QB sneak.
It appears as if it is failed, and he will be short, so it will be 3rd down.
I would not be surprised if they just decided to toss it out wide to Guild.
That is not 1 yard. That is more like 1 inch away from that yard line. So it might even be yet another QB sneak. It is. He came up short, in my opinion.
Yeah, he didn't get it. It looked like again.
It looked like he just hit the ground, honestly, right off the start. It'll be 4th down.
4th down. Let's see if they're going for it.
He just hit the ground right off of that number 89 for the Cougars. That was Ryan Spates. He caught the touchdown earlier. Did a great job on that play. 4th down, it is time to make a stand.
And you could definitely hear some noise from the Northwest student section wanting their Northwest Cougars to stop this play.
Here we go. This will basically make or break the game. 4th down and 1 at the goal line. They hand it to Guild.
And he's in.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown!
Yep. Gabe Guild adding to his tally. 7th for the season, 3rd for the game.
Gabe Guild is the Raiders offense, and he shows it right there with yet another powerful touchdown run. Number 84, Spencer Cook, was there, but just too late as Gabe Gill was already in the end zone.
So now we're going for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. So
Shawnee,
now your score, 21, Shawnee Mission South, 14, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
The score, Shawnee Mission South, 21.
That is not the offensive drive. That is not the defensive drive that the Cougars were looking for. They looked to kind of have the same defense that they had during the second one. We have an interview available from, okay, we are staying right here. Cougars are not expecting that kind of offensive spout from Shawnee Mission South because they kind of came out pretty strong that drive.
Yeah, definitely looking like the first quarter Raiders, where they were just feet, inch, yard by yard, going for that touchdown. And the Shawnee Mission Northwest defense was really lacking.
The kick for the Raiders.
Jake Horner is back to kick the kick for the Cougars as they look to start their drive to come back and tie the game up once more.
Dane and Swoop on this kick. And we're all ready to start this new drive from the Cougars.
Received by Khalil Hatley. He takes it at the 20, 25, breaks the tackle. He's at the 35. He's stuck up at the 40-yard line. A great return for Khalil Hatley. Both the sideline and the crowd are calling for a foul, but they will not get one.
The crowd and the coaches not too happy about that. But it was definitely an excellent run, and what we need to see more of from this Cougar offense.
It will be 1st and 10 for the Cougars to start out at the 40-yard line after the great return by Khalil Hatley.
With just a minute 14 left in this game, let's see what the Cougar offense can do and how they can contribute.
Cougars are now, it's Carlin under center. Man in motion is number 9, Jake Horner. He moves into the slot at the top of the screen. I lost who had tracked to the ball there. That was a great fake. Devin Shockley took it up to about 8 yards.
Shockley on the carry.
Except number 5, Devin Shockley, comes up limping during that, and that is not a good sign for the Cougars as he is a he is a workhorse for the Cougars.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Looks like he might have landed on his knee a little wrong or maybe twisted an ankle.
We hope to see the Cougars get that, and hopefully Devin Shockley will be all right. Back again now, 2nd and 3. Powers to Gilliam. Gilliam powers up, pushing forward.
Getting some yardage, but not all the yardage that they want, as really the Raider defense is being kind of stonewall right now.
Nice run by Gilliam. Being subbed out for Kelby Quint. It's a 3rd and 2 now for the Cougars. About 25 seconds remaining in this game for the Cougars.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Carlin under center now with 8 seconds remaining. Hands the ball off to Quint. Quint cuts it back, gets the 1st down. The Cougars will have a 1st down, but that will end the 3rd quarter. Shawnee Mission South is winning. Oh, they've stopped the clock.
2 minutes and seconds left right here in this 3rd quarter.
Kelby Quint is down.
And that's not really a good sign either, considering number 5, Devin Shockley, just came off limping just not too long ago.
We hope that the injury to Kelby Quint is not serious. It appears to be like a rolled ankle because the trainer, our trainer, Miss Cody Bauer, is attending to him on the field. It appears to be his ankle. Hopefully we can get a report on what happened to Kelby Quint.
If Devin Shockley is not able to come in for Quint, we might have to have a 3rd Connor Jarman. We might have to see him in action a little bit today.
With injuries now, yes, to Kelby Quint and Devin Shockley. I expect to see number 40, Jacob Gilliam, getting a lot of touches, and along with some by Connor Jarman and even Khalil Hatley.
We're about to go into this fourth quarter. What do you think? What are you thinking of both teams?
I think that the Cougars are in need of some spark. They need to get some offensive rhythm going. Their defense is not getting them to stay where they need it. Defense kind of letting them down even a little bit. And the clock does hit 3 zeros, so it will be the end of the third quarter. Shawnee Mission South is leading the Cougars 21-14.
We saw there Kelby Quint did get up, a little limping. Maybe we'll see him return for the game, but as for right now, he is sidelined. All right, coming back into the fourth quarter here.
It is now the fourth quarter. Cougars taking the ball over at the 49-yard line. Running back Jacob Gilliam is in now. It's a fake, it's going to play action, it's going deep, he's got a man.
Oh!
And it is caught by Jake Horner. What a great catch.
Sensational pass and link up.
Junior Jake Horner was looking for something to get him started. That is one thing to do that. That was a great catch over the defensive player. Let's watch again as our quarterback Lucas Carling throws it deep. And he just caught it over Altrick Buchanan. Buchanan had no chance at that ball. Jake Horner just jumped right over him using his basketball skills. First and 10 now. Looks like the run by Gilliam is stopped short.
Jacob Gilliam on the carry for the Cougars.
Here come the Cougars now on 2nd and 10. It is a fake pass. He pump fakes once, throws it off, and Gilliam just gets taken apart.
Stopped.
That was not a good play by quarterback Lucas Carlin, who would have been better off getting out of the pocket and throwing that one away. He just set his receiver up. Jacob Gilliam getting hit.
As you can see here, he panics a little bit and just really thinks, since the man's open, he decided to pass it to him, but wrong move in that case.
Not the greatest play to do in that situation. It'll now be 3rd and 18 after that play. Cougars look for something to get their mojo back into play.
They really want more points on that scoreboard if they're going to beat Shawnee Mission South this game.
Their first down marker is at the 3. Carlin rolls left. He looking. Tipped.
Bullet pass and deflected, almost intercepted actually.
That was very close, and Carlin needs to be careful when he's rolling around.
He's got to make sure he has that open receiver. He just doesn't want to pass it to someone who's covered by 2 men.
Again, with the loss of starting kicker Alex Allen, the Cougars are not in a great situation to kick the ball off. And it appears that they're going to go for it because they do not have don't have the faith that they need yet in their kicker.
Jonathan Colleen sets up for the field goal.
I take that back. Jonathan Colleen is now back for the field goal for the Cougars. This will be his first field goal attempt of the season. He's off.
That's good.
A great kick by Jonathan Colleen. The Cougar crowd appreciates him taking on the starting role of his injured kicker.
That is 3 more points to add to the Cougar score sheet.
We now have a reporter on the sideline. Let's throw it to Monica.
All right, I'm with third player from South. Logan, what do you think of that drive?
I thought it was really good. I think our team really needed to get a little momentum back. We were kind of losing it, and I'm glad we got some more points on the board.
Do you think they can tie it up or pull ahead at the end?
We're definitely going to pull ahead. I really like what we got going on defense. As long as we can shut down number 21, I think we're going to win.
Forward to seeing it. Back to you guys.
And thank you, Monica. And we now get to see the kickoff for the Cougars. They are now trailing by 4. Shawnee Mission South leads 21-17 with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. This is clutch time. The Cougars need to get something going.
What do we need to see from the Cougar defense to really stop them from scoring again?
Yeah, the Cougar defense needs to stop Gabe Guild. That's their one and only goal. They know the ball's going to him. They know the ball's going to be cut wide, thrown wide off a toss. It's going to be cut back like he's been doing all night. They just need to do something about it to stop it.
Yeah, he's going to be moving his feet and getting past defenders, that's for sure.
Here comes Colleen with the kickoff.
Beautiful kick, soaring.
Taking at the 5.
Running it and stopped short.
Just
about
past
22.
And it's Guild again with the carry. See, Cougars did a great job there, stopping him at the line of scrimmage.
Gabe Guild on the carry for the Raiders. Brought down on the play by Ariska Savior.
Ariska Savior on the stop. That is his 3rd stop of the night.
We are now 2nd and 8, and let's see, maybe Guild can go to the outside on this play and score some extra yards for him.
As Cougars look to maintain that exact same play again, stopping the ball at the line of scrimmage without Guild getting away. Here he is again to the outside. He's stopped, and he is wrapped up by a horde of Cougars.
Goes down. So you can see there was some.
All right.
As you can see, stopping that run, he really wanted to try to find that open gap.
This is the kind of play the Cougars needed right after that field goal. They needed to get that ball stopped by Gabe Gill. It's now 3rd and 4. It's a very clutch play for the Cougars right here.
He passes it long. No, oh, bounces off number 44, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for number 44.
But there is a Cougar down in the backfield. He is in serious pain over there. His number 21, Khalil Hatley, is in severe pain.
As we see again, another injury here.
Cougars have been, injuries have been very costly to the Cougars this season. And it does not even appear that Khalil Hatley will even be able to walk. He is in such pain right now.
Really hope he gets better, because that looks like a serious injury.
However, the Cougars did come up big for that defensive play, enforcing South into a 4th and 4, and it would appear that South will punt the ball. So the Cougars defense did what they needed to do and to give that offense the ball to take the lead back.
Jake Horner in the backfield to receive this punt. Or
it looks like they're going to go to the benches one more time real quick. Injuries have been a big part of this game for the Cougars. It's number 26, Kelby Quint, was injured. Number 5, Devin Shockley came off limping a bit. And now number 21, Khalil Hatley, is in serious pain on the sideline over there.
Hopefully we'll get some word on what happened and we can get back to you guys on that injury. And it appears he is up and walking again.
He is walking off. That is a great sign for the Cougars.
Now he's actually jogging off, so it may have just been a little back spasm.
Hopefully a back spasm, possibly like a bad hamstring cramp. I've had those before, and they are not fun.
No, they aren't.
So now Jake Corner will go back for the punt now, as Khalil Hatley does come off.
Number Right. So he goes
South
for the
kicks
punt.
it, kind of shanks it off a little bit. South covers it up at about the 47-yard line. Cougars now in great field position to take this game back in their control.
Cougars take over 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
We will see what the Cougars can do on this play.
Here comes the Cougar offense that got a field goal out of the last drive. They looked at more as they hand it off right now. Nice yard gain, 4-yard gain by Jacob Gilliam.
On the carry for the Cougars. Steven Erickson on the stop for the Raiders. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
All right. As we are 2nd and 7, we will see if they can produce something to get them that first down, or actually maybe some yardage.
Hands the ball off again. Great cut back by Gilliam. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Getting to the corner. No, he's shoved out at the 25, but a great game by Gilliam.
Gilliam really showing us how impressive he can be and how he might deserve another spot.
That was a great yard game by Gilliam as he cuts back on that defender and just powers his way as fast as he can.
Again, an incredible run from Gilliam.
Jacob Gilliam was injured last year a lot because of a knee injury he suffered in a game versus Shawnee Mission West. He has now come back 110% this year. It is now 1st and 10 for the Cougars as Carlin goes under center. Once again, the ball goes to Gilliam, but he is taken down in the backfield.
That is going to be a loss of yards by number 78. Demetrius Berry.
Cougars offensive line did not hold their blocks that they needed to on that play, and Gilliam paid the price, unfortunately. That was a great push, though, by Shawnee Mission South defensive line. They've been needing to do that to stop the Cougars running game. Carlin looks to pass, gets it away, and looks like Jake Corner on the reception appears, as he is met almost immediately, gaining about 5 yards, 6 yards on that carry, on that throw.
5 out tackle by number 2, Rakeem Abdul, and number 26, John Eric Kelly.
John Eric Kelly on the tackle for the Raiders.
It's a 3rd and 7 now for the Cougars. Carlin pump fakes once, he's looking, he's going deep. Almost
nearly picked off.
Very close to being picked off. Carlin thrust that ball into multiple double coverages back in the backfield. That was not the greatest pass to throw.
Number 2, Rakeem Abdul, nearly got his fingers on it, almost for that interception.
And that would have absolutely killed any momentum the Cougars had put out on this game.
Down and 7 for the Cougars.
This is 4th and 7 now for the Cougars. This is a Looking for the Cougars to pass off of this play because this is a 4th and 7.
6:30 left on the clock. They are not bringing out field goal nor punting.
Carlin rolls, he looks, he passes, he's got a man. Incomplete. The ball did hit the ground.
The ball will be turned over now, and it will be the Shawnee Mission South Raiders offense time to shine.
Spencer Cook and Luke Fields are both in the area. Both are great leapers as they are both basketball players, and neither of them were able to come down with that. Luke Fields went off his fingers. Shawnee Mission South does their job on defense and holds the Cougars to 0 points and a turnover on downs.
Let's just hope Shawnee Mission South can actually maybe get some points, or in fact just hold it off long enough that Shawnee Mission Northwest doesn't score anymore. Yep.
South does another one of their signature running plays straight down the middle.
Right through the middle, easy picking for Gabe.
And in this situation, having the league's best running back is very helpful for Shawnee Mission South as they look to just kill the clock, trying to prevent any kind of a Cougar comeback.
Drop down on the play from Mario Galvin.
Mario Galvin was on the stop. That is his 2nd takedown of the game.
Timeout for measurement.
And they are doing a timeout for measurement, seeing if Gabe and Dak got the first down. I don't think he got it, but you know.
Reminder fans.
Yeah, it looks like he did not get it. He was just 1 yard short, maybe even a few inches.
And Dave Mack.
This is a very close and very competitive game by Shawnee Mission Northwest and the Shawnee Mission South Raiders.
Until that 3rd Gabe touchdown, it almost seemed like a deadlock. I didn't know if the score was going anywhere. I thought we might have some overtime going on.
Here we go, 2nd and 1 now. It's a quarterback draw, and it appears that he got the first down pretty easily with some.
John Pruder on the QB keeper. That's enough for Raiders. First down.
All right, John Pruder getting the Raider first down. We'll see what they can do on this next drive.
All Shawnee Mission South wants to do right now is just to run the ball. The Cougars need to put up a stop pretty quick because they do have 3 timeouts left, but they are not timeouts that they want to use with 5 minutes left in the game.
They want that clock to run down as much as possible. Back out to Gabe, and
a 3-yard run by Gabe Gill.
Gabe Gill with the short
That's something the Cougars are perfectly acceptable with. Only a 3-yard run. He's wrapped up quick.
On the stop for the Cougars.
This clock is running down. We may see some Northwest timeouts called.
And it appears that running back Devin Shockley will not return tonight as he has taken off his jersey.
Lined up.
2nd and 7 for the Raiders.
Back out to Gabe. Doesn't find a hole there. Tries to go on the outside. Bunch of commotion going on, and he's actually pushed back.
Met by a wall of Cougars, but he still finds a way to power himself just a little bit.
Gabe Gill on the carry.
Jack Rupert got some arms around him with a nice tackle.
It's really just a cluster of people just trying to go at it, and he still came out, but.
Stop made by Cougars Neil Spinach.
It is now 3rd and 4 for the Shawnee Mission South Raiders. Cougars need to put up a defensive stand right here, otherwise the clock will not be in their favor at all anymore. It's to Guild. He does not make it to the first down marker off of a very solid hit by number 22, LaBelle Jones.
He is stopped short.
They will measure it, but I feel that Lavelle Jones got him right beforehand.
In my eyes, that is a 4 inches. As Shawnee Mission Northwest takes the timeout.
We now have a interview right now. We'll send it down to Monica.
All right, I'm here with Shawnee Mission Northwest player Daniel. It's obviously a close game. What do you think the offense needs to do next? Do you think you have it in the cards to win the game?
Yes, I think I have it in the cards to win the game. Yes, answer that.
All right, we look forward to seeing how this all plays out. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Monica. Thank you very much, Monica. We are now back. It is a 4th and 1. This is gonna be pretty much the play that decides the game right here. The South only needs 1 yard. Cougars need this stop right here. Get the ball, get a touchdown, because that's what they need right now, being down 4 points.
Fourth and 1, and they are going for it.
Here,
Gabe in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised if it's another handoff.
Here we go.
Yep, there we go. We see that, and he got the first down and a little more. Finally stopped.
Gabe Gill. Clutch for Shawnee Mission South. As Gill runs it out to the 42-yard line off of a 4th and 1. The Cougars needed this stop to be able to get a chance at this game. Gabe Gill just about ran their hopes out.
It doesn't look so good right now for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Unless they can get this conversion or stop, I could see it going South's way right now.
Gill finally taken down by number 56, Neil Stymack, the sophomore.
Once again, back to Guild, and he is stopped.
Taken down at the 40-yard line. Minimal yards gained off of that play. That's on
down by Cougars, Spencer Cook.
Spencer Cook with the tackle.
Brings up a 2nd and 8.
There's a clock running down Cougars' hopes right now. There's 2:40 to go in the game. Cougars have 2 timeouts left. It is 2nd and 8.
Lining up. Gabe in the backfield again. It's another handoff down the middle, finds the hole, breaks out of the tackle, breaks out of that, and finally spins his way down.
Gabe Gill, the magic man for Shawnee Mission South, just keeps killing the Cougars on these runs. The Cougars know it's going, the ball is going to him, but the Cougars just can't seem to get it.
He is just literally running over this Cougar defense, and it's very impressive display.
Again, Gabe Gill has all of the Shawnee Mission South offensive yardage except for a 20-yard pass. That is a ton of yards running.
Keep in mind also that those 21 points you see have all 3 been scored by Gabe.
Get another pitch left, and he is taken down in the backfield. Nice hit by number 17, Jake Hoskins.
Gabe Gill on the carry. Jake Hoskins with his
timeout, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Look at this again, the handoff to Gabe Gill, and 17 takes him down as soon as he gets to the ball, really.
Hoskins gets the first hit on him, and Filsinger finishes him off.
All right, keep in mind that next week you can catch the other Shawnee Mission game at 7 p.m. on September 27th. You'll see the Shawnee Mission South Raiders and Shawnee Mission West Vikings face off. Time Warner Cable Channel 2, Sure West Channel 18, and AT&T Uverse Channel 99. It's going to be a great game indeed. Minute 54 left. Shawnee Mission South 21, Shawnee Mission Northwest 17. Let's see if Shawnee Mission Northwest can stop South and maybe even return something for a touchdown.
This is a critical game for both teams. Shawnee Mission South at 2-1 is looking to break their season open with a positive record, and Shawnee Mission Northwest is looking to avoid going 1-3 on the season, which would not be the start that they wanted.
Definitely do not want to come out of this game with a season of 1-3. Gabe Guild again, and he stopped short once again, not gaining the yards that he's wanting to find, but he is getting some.
A nice takedown in the backfield by number 68, Jake Filsinger, recording his 3rd tackle of the night.
Timeout, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
And we have a Shawnee Mission Northwest timeout.
It's 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 now, so this is a clutch time for the Cougars. Just put a stop to this, keep minimal points off the board.
All right, both teams coming back to the line. We will see what they can do on this 3rd and 10 drive, Shawnee Mission South Raiders.
South converts this. This will be very difficult for the Northwest to do anything.
They decide to run it up.
And they are stopped before the 1st down. That's what the Cougars needed.
I really feel they could have done that pass play on that one.
Shawnee Mission South is in field goal range, I would believe. And a field goal for South would put them up by 7, making it a definite required touchdown by the Cougars to even force overtime.
Brings up a 4th down 5.
Here we go. This will be the game, ladies and gentlemen. 4th and 5 now. If Shawnee Mission South converts this, this game is all but over. The Cougars have no timeouts remaining. And they will go for it. But first they call a timeout to think it over.
Timeout, Shawnee Mission South. That is their 1st timeout.
We want to remind you to mark your calendar for the next Shawnee Mission Town Hall meeting, scheduled to air on October 19th on Time Warner Channel 2, Sure West Channel 18, and ATT Uverse Channel 99. This exciting presentation will feature a Shawnee Mission graduate and a Shawnee Mission student who have played significant roles in the NASA Mars rover project.
We can see the crowd getting fired up here, wanting their Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars to actually win something back from this game.
They know this is a very critical game for the Cougars, as they need to win this to get back on the positive streak. They are on a losing streak of 2 after coming off big off their first game here at Shawnee Mission South District Stadium, beating Olathe North. Shawnee Mission South, however, is wanting to continue their winning streak after absolutely pummeling Shawnee Mission North earlier.
That was a great game. Really gave Gabe Guild a chance to shine and show his stuff to the people who may have not have seen him in action.
1 minute remaining, 60 seconds remaining from deciding a winner right now. 4th and 5, here we go.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Wouldn't be surprised if Gabe goes to the right on this play. Oh, yep. There he goes down the middle.
And he is stopped.
He is not going anywhere on that one.
The Cougars will take over on downs, and the offense is now coming out now. 53.5 seconds remaining before this game is over with. They need to drive the ball about 82 yards.
That was not the blocking that Gabe was wanting on that play.
Remember, Shawnee Mission Northwest is without their running backs, Devin Shockley, and I still believe they are without running back, Kilby Quint. Now the pass is to Jake Horner on the outside. He needs to get out of bounds. He does. Clock stopped now with 47:6 remaining. Cougars are looking to get out of bounds almost every pass play. Otherwise, they will need to get out of. Otherwise, they need to spike the ball very quickly.
They really do need to get the ball down the field a lot more yards than usual each play if they're going to have a chance of winning this game.
2nd and 2 now for the Cougars. Quick passes right now. It's the outside, number 85 on the reception. That was Connor Johnson. They got to spike the ball, though. They have to hurry it up. Sticks need to get moved up, however, so the clock will stop for momentarily. Here come the Cougars again, same play, the outside.
They have the right idea, they're just not executing it as well as they could be.
Cougars are looking to get the ball up the field as fast as possible, but at the same time, they do not want to get stuck in the middle of the field again. Getting out of bounds as quick as possible is what they need to do. And if they do not, they need to hurry up, either spike it or run the same play again.
I feel like Carlin could take a little bit more time on his passing to find that more open receiver than he's been doing lately.
As long as it's good, look downfield and get another short pass to get out of bounds. 1st down, Cougars out of bounds. A lot of complaints are arriving right now from the Northwest side about the clock situation. This is a 1st down for Northwest, though.
I really like what I'm seeing so far with the diversity that we've seen this drive, with the more passing options than the running.
Northwest is wanting, pumped up the crowd. The crowd is pumped up. We're ready to go right now. This is the Cougars' final stand against Shawnee Mission South.
Mr. Timer, set the clock to 28 seconds.
That arrives a cheer from the Northwest side and a boo from the Shawnee Mission South side.
As they get 2 more seconds on that clock. Will 2 seconds make a difference? Well, I guess we'll see.
Here we go. Carlin drops back, a quick look over to the side. He needs out of bounds, he needs out of bounds. He gets out of bounds, smart play. Some after the play action. Cougars have 21 seconds remaining, and they still need to get the ball down the field, 55 yards. They're going to need to start looking either to go a little bit deeper or to get up the field.
Number 9, Jake Horner on that reception.
Carlin looking to drop back. This will be a longer throw over the center, though. That is not what the Cougars wanted at all. Chains will need to move, so the clock will be stopped minorly.
He found that hurry-up play.
The clock will be stopped momentarily.
And he spikes the ball down. All right, 14 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Exciting game so far.
It's a very exciting game, and it will require a very exciting ending.
Let's see if the Cougars can pull a pass out right here and maybe get a few more yards to the end zone.
Carlin looks, he's looking, he's going deep. He's got 84, overthrows him. 8.1 seconds remaining. Cougars got to go deep now.
Pass intended for 84, Spencer Cook.
Spencer Cook was not fast enough for that play. He really needed to get down the field on that one. The quarterback led him a little bit too much.
8 seconds left. This is probably going to be their last chance to pull something out.
Cougars will need to go deep on this play, otherwise they will have no shot at winning this game. Here we go. This will be the game. Wide receivers Spencer Cook, Luke Fields, and number 9 Jake Horner are out there right now. Ball whistle dead. Timeout, Shawnee Mission South, trying to stall the quarterback.
Icing them up a little bit. 8 seconds left on this clock.
Timeout in that situation, honestly, in my opinion, was not the best option for Shawnee Mission South, as Cougars were looking to go without any kind of coaching right there. Had to go hurry up, couldn't really call the play, and the Shawnee Mission South called timeout, letting them get set up. That was not, in my opinion, that was not the greatest play by Shawnee Mission South coach.
It gave them a little more time, probably hoping.
Here we go. Carlin is back. This will be the last play of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Carlin looks. He throws it deep. It is incomplete.
Oh.
Time is out, and the Shawnee Mission South Raiders win 21-17.
So close to that last catch. Almost a touchdown, not quite. As we look back, Shawnee Mission South Raiders win the game.
That is heartbreaking for Shawnee Mission Northwest, as that ball was very catchable. It just missed. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your final score. The Shawnee Mission South Raiders defeat the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars 21-17.
We saw a very impressive display from both teams, but really Gabe Guild, holding up that offense for the Raiders, ran them to their victory.
Gabe Gill did run for very large amount of yards for the Raiders. Raiders quarterback only was 1 for 4 and had an interception, so Gabe Gill basically ran for all the other yardage.
What did we see differently from the Raiders defense between the first and second half that really helped them contain the lead?
Raiders defense clamped down and stifled the Cougars offense in the opening third quarter. The Cougars offense was pretty stagnant, very reminiscent of their last week against Lawrence, against Leavenworth, excuse me.
The final score is Shawnee Mission South 21, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Shawnee Mission South runs off the field as strong victors. Shawnee Mission Northwest comes off as heartbroken defeated.
Great job, players, coaches, fans, parents, and guests.
It's a great game, great display by both teams. Shawnee Mission South came off as the stronger team and proved that with the help of Guild.
The Raiders improved to 3-1 on the season, and the Cougars dropped to 1-3. We now have a word with Monica for the head coach, Shawnee Mission South.
All right, I'm here with Shawnee Mission South coach. I'm here with Shawnee Mission South Coach Lonergan. This is obviously a close game. What does this win mean to you?
It's a builder, because we didn't play very good football for most of the game tonight, but we did play hard, and we got to learn. We got to get better in practice and do the little things to get right so that we can beat the upcoming teams in our schedule. We got to play a little bit better football so it's not so close.
All right, it was a great game. Thank you.
We're glad to win.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Monica.
You saw that interview with Coach Lonergan. I've actually had the chance to meet him. I had a class with him back when he was at Shawnee Mission West. Great guy. Really happy for him that he got this win tonight.
Yes, Raiders improved to 3-1 on the season. They proved tonight that they were the better team. Shawnee Mission Northwest just couldn't come through in the end.
Yeah, it was really the Gabe Guild show. I mean, we saw him get through those holes, get yardage, and just break through that Northwest defense.
Gabe Guild proved tonight that he is very D1 worthy of getting that college scholarship, so I would expect to see him in the next level.
I'd love to see him go against Brett Sturbach, Shawnee Mission West running back next week, 7 o'clock, the 27th. It's going to be a great game.
Cougars play against next week the Olathe Northwest Ravens in their homecoming game, so hopefully they will not disappoint in that game.
Hopefully not.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Travis Calvin
and Tyler Williams.
Here signing off for Shawnee Mission School District Radio.